Animal Crossing interiors, both a blessing and a curse. Yeah, you could put stuff on the walls and now on the ceiling too after the 2.0 update, and you can put rugs on the floor, but at what cost? Something about decorating interiors has never been appealing to me. I still haven't been able to put my finger on it. It could be so many things. It can be the fact that we can't use trees, flowers, bushes, plants, the restrictive room sizes on your island, or just the overall aura of being inside your house or your villagers' homes. It's so much more bleak compared to the beautiful, bright, sunny worlds that's outside on your island. Now, the Happy Home Paradise DLC and the 2.0 update did make some big moves in the world of interior designing, at least for me. Being able to customize room sizes, beautiful. Change the windows, the lighting, accent walls, partition walls, pillars, counters, all of these new little elements to spice up interior decorating did make me like it a little bit more, I will admit. But after having a taste of the unlimited catalog in Happy Home Paradise, having to actually go and get items to decorate my house just seems like way too much work. Way too much. So this is why when trying to finish my Kidcore Island Leapfrog, I left decorating my house for absolute last. Dead last. I worked on that island for over an entire year, and not a single time did I have the desire to decorate the inside of my house. I literally procrastinated it until the very end, like when it was the absolute last thing I had to do. But once I finally did get around to decorating all the rooms in my house, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. This time around, I did some prep work and I took a couple steps beforehand to make my life easier, and I think those key steps made the process a lot smoother. If you want to watch that video where I decorated my entire house, it's like a half-hour video of me just doing interiors and suffering. I'll leave it up in the whatever thingy up here. But I basically worked over that video over a couple of days, and I would record like one build a day or sometimes two. And normally I'm out here taking 2 whole hours to finish a room on Happy Home Paradise on my streams. So I was expecting like slightly similar numbers, you know, like maybe 45 minutes per room. But when it came time for me to actually decorate, I was finishing in 30 minutes, 20 minutes. One of them only took me 15 minutes. I'll warn you that I still did end up spending more time than that on the prep work, but when it comes to like raw, just getting in there, decorating time, it was way shorter than I thought it was going to be. So I would like to share with you all the little tips, the little hacks that I learned on this project of a video when it comes to interior decorating and just how to make it less painful. But before we get into that, I do want to give a quick thank you to today's sponsor, CASETiFY. For pretty much my whole life, I have always been like an Android girl. I don't know, I've just always preferred Androids for some reason, but something that I've noticed over the years is that sometimes we get the short end of the stick when it comes to phone cases. Sometimes I feel like iPhones get like the perfect case, but it's a little bit more of a struggle to find a good Android case. Sometimes they're too bulky, sometimes there's just no cute ones, sometimes they're even just too flimsy. So that is where CASETiFY comes in. I absolutely adore them because they carry slim and protective phone cases engineered with a 2-layer construction of Chi-Tech 2.0 technology. Their impact and impact crush cases can withstand up to 6.6 foot drops, while their ultra impact cases can withstand up to 9.8 feet. So whether you have a Samsung like S22, a Z Flip, a Google Pixel, your phone will still be protected while still being able to show off like the unique profile of whatever device you got. And not only is protection the name of the game, the Android cases also come in endless design options, and you can even customize them, put your name on there, put your initials on there, put whatever you want. All of CASETiFY's impact cases are made of 65% recycled materials and plant-based materials, and their line of impact crush cases are made from recycled phone cases. And plus, everything gets delivered to you in recyclable packaging, so I always really appreciate that. So if you're looking for a new case for your S22, your Google Pixel, or your Z Flip, head on over to casetify.com/froggy to get 15% off of your order. Again, if you're looking for a new Android case, head on over to casetify.com/froggy for 15% off of your order. Thanks again to CASETiFY for once again sponsoring me here on the channel, very much appreciated. And now let's get into the tips for interior designing. In the majority of my live streams, you know, the ones that take me 2 hours to finish just one happy home paradise room, I usually have like zero idea what I'm gonna be doing, like what kind of house I'm gonna be doing, what kind of interior. I usually just show up on youtube.com, hit go live, and just see what villagers I get and if I get inspired at all. Sometimes you guys help me out if you're there, sometimes I'm a lost cause. But for my makeover video specifically, I actually had a list of ideas going into it that I'd written out before I ever hit record. I knew what each room was going to be. I had an idea already. I had some sort of inspo. I had like a setting in mind for each one, you know, like this room is going to be a bathroom, this room is going to be a craft room, this room is going to be an arcade. And since I knew what I wanted already, I didn't have to play this 2-hour guessing game of like, what the heck am I gonna put in here while I'm in the middle of decorating and like going through my items and stuff, and it's just chaos. It just doesn't work. At least not for me. I gotta have that idea. I gotta know. I gotta be focused. I gotta be focused. There's been times when I've started decorating my villagers' yards. This has happened with Cousteau, and I just don't have a plan. I don't have an idea. So I just throw random items there, and then I just kind of give up because I have no direction. You know, I try to make it work, but then it doesn't work and I get unmotivated and I just give up. So what's the point? Thankfully, once I did get a plan later, I figured out that I wanted to have like a little mushroom platform forest, you know, with a bunch of trees. I was able to get in there and complete it in a live stream. And yeah, it worked because I had an idea. So I feel like just having some sort of idea of what you want to go with, or just like some little chicken nugget of inspiration, is really, really useful. I would say crucial, but some people are more creative than me and can think of stuff on the off the cuff, but not me. You know, just kind of deciding either, you know, the type of room or like a theme, you know, if you want a bathroom, if you want to put a kitchen in here, if you want to put a bedroom, if you want to make it all yellow, if you want to make it kidcore themed, if you want to make it a shrine to a certain villager, or a karopi snack. I highly recommend a karopi snack shrine. Maybe you want to have a certain layout, you know, and put a pillar here, put a pillar there, put a bed on this wall, put this here. And you know, you definitely don't have to have 100% of the room just like thought out and figured out beforehand, but even just a little bit helps a lot. But the next step for me when I was doing my house makeover was I started making a list of the furniture and the items that I wanted to include in each room. I went super in detail, like picked out the wallpaper, the flooring, the rugs, everything basically. But you definitely don't have to have a complete list. Even just a couple of items to get the ball rolling or to kind of act as like a mood board, that could definitely help too. You know, whatever you want to do, whatever lengths you want to go to, if you want to fully plan it or just get like kind of like some inspo going. I personally use Nookazon to make these lists just because it's really easy to sort by like colors and sizes and everything, but you can use any list that has a wish list feature, download pictures and put them in a collage yourself, or if you have the items in Animal Crossing, just like place them outside, group together, and like take a picture of that. You know, whatever works for you, whatever you want to do. Or if you just want to just like write them down, like write down the names, that works too, whatever you got. Making a list really helps me visualize the room and kind of what vibe I was going for. And once I had a list going, it was a lot easier for me to think of more items that could fit in because I already got an idea of what the vibe was going to be from the list. And I also feel like just scrolling through furniture on Nookazon was really helpful, and like in my storage and stuff. Sometimes I'd see an item and be like, oh yeah, like that could totally work, but I never would have thought of it on my own because it's impossible to like memorize all the items, you know, like you're not gonna think of every single item in your head, you know. So I feel like if you just take a scroll through a catalog or some sort of database of furniture items, that could definitely give you inspiration too. So I guess that's kind of like tip 2.5. I don't know if that relates to the list, but yeah, that definitely helped me a lot. And then lastly, making a list was a huge help when it came to gather all of my items when it came time to, you know, get everything up. This is kind of like a no-brainer. Like, obviously it's easier to keep track of things when you have a list, but I just wanted to throw it out there just in case. It's just another factor in this story. And then speaking of gathering all of the items, this was a huge step for me personally, because I kind of had to finish each room kind of like in one take. So it was essential for me to have all of the items just like ready to go. Otherwise, you know, it's just annoying because I'm going to be recording it. But obviously, most of you are probably not going to be recording your interior design builds. So feel free to ignore this because it's mostly relevant to me because I had to record, but it was just easier in general just to have everything right there for me to work with. There was one or two rooms where I had forgotten to order things, or I thought of something later or saw something later that I thought would fit in, and it just totally killed my momentum, you know, and like motivation just to have to stop and order something or grab something, time travel, you know, come back the next day, get it from my mailbox. You get the gist. It's just it's just so annoying. So if you easily get demotivated from like not having an item, because I was almost giving up, you know, when I was like, oh, I have to go get a bunch of like stuff to go on the wall. Heck no, I just want to stop. But I definitely think that it helps the process, and it just makes everything go much smoother at the end of the day. So if you think that'll help you, feel free to like spend some time, gather all your items, all that jazz before you start to decorate. And then the last tip, I know it's so cheesy, but just have fun with everything. Like obviously there's no formula for interior decorating. I still struggle with it. I'm not even an expert. I'm not even that good at it. But these are just the tips that kind of helped me as a person who hates interior decorating. It helped me hate it less. So I figured if I could pass those on to you, maybe I can be of some assistance. But definitely have fun with it. Don't be stressed. You know, if you feel stressed making a list, then just forget about the list. If you feel stressed getting everything at once, then don't get everything at once. Just play however you are comfortable playing and whatever makes you happy. Honestly, what's gonna make me the most happy is not decorating any more interiors for at least a good like 6 months. So that's what I'm gonna do. But if you did find any of these tips helpful, hopefully some of them were helpful. I feel like they're kind of like dumb, but if you found any of them helpful, then let me know. And if you want some interior decorating inspo, again, check out that video where I did my huge house makeover. Maybe that'll be more helpful to you than just me talking. Maybe maybe visualizing it and seeing it will be more inspiring. So feel free to check that out. And any other, you know, builds I've got on my channel, I got a lot of them, so check them out if you need more inspo. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it did help you. Let me know what tip helped you, if it did. Maybe, I don't know, or just leave me a comment. Any sort of comment, I like them. Don't forget to check out CASETiFY as well. Save 15% off your order when you use my link down below. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.